The final main character from the mainline Pokemon games is finally gonna come out. If you exclude Chase and Elaine, that is, from, Pokemon Let's Go. And, I really wanted Victor with Cinderace. A lot of people also want Victor with Cinderace. But now that he's paired up with Rillaboom, well, is he still worth your gems or not? We've got a lot of grass types out there. Is he worth scouting, or should you rather skip? In this video, we discuss that. So, help me out by hitting the thumbs up button, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't. And with that out of the way, let's get discussing. Cue the intro. Yo, 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 this is Sol, also known as SPL, also known as Spatial, also known as Grunt, yeah, this Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, guys. Victor and Rillaboom coming out on Friday. That's October. I still am, it's so fast. Time is so fast. It's October, my goodness. Coming out on October 7 and ends on October 23, just like MELONY, GORDIE, and a lot of people actually confused Victor. A lot of people say that he's gonna be added to the main spotlight pool. No, he is not. He is a limited unit. He is a Pokefair scout, guys. Don't be confused. Even though he comes out, 2 days apart with them. No, he is a limited unit. So, he's not gonna be added to the main spotlight pool. If his banner ends, he's gonna be gone for a time. So, the sad thing is that Victor requires 5 copies in order to unlock the full Sync grid. But again, as always, as you guys have been saying, no, you do not need to unlock the full grid. It's just bonuses whatsoever. But there are a group of completionists out there who want everything unlocked, and that includes me. So if you want to unlock his entire grid, you need 5 copies of him in order to unlock his entire grid. So, he is a striker, and in terms of this group, I think he is the only striker of the bunch. Let's see. SYGNA WALLY is a tech. GORDIE is a tech. MELONY is a support. Victor is a striker. Iris is a tech. And Alistair is a support. Yes, he is the only striker of this bunch of sync pairs. And he's a Pokefair. Again, the sync pairs here that are gonna require 5 out of 5 is actually WALLY, SYGNA WALLY, and Victor over here. And if you've been, doing the Trainer Lodge thing, Raihan also, the third, or the second rather. SYGNA WALLY is the first, Raihan is the second, Victor is the third with a 5 out of 5 grid. And then 10 days after Victor comes out, we have Fall Iris. Very, very good support. Very, very good poison type, honestly. Then we have Fall Alistair coming 2 days after Fall Iris comes out. So, in terms of this group, we have 4 limited units, with 2 only joining the Spotlight Scout after, and those are MELONY and GORDIE over here. But everyone else is gonna be a limited unit. Now, as much as I want to advise you guys to scout on limited units, next month is the villain arc. The new villain arc, it's gonna be either Unova or Galar because of how many Galar sync pairs we have. But who knows, DNA might just troll us and give us a completely different region. But, who knows, right? And normally, well, I would not say that every villain arc has Master Fair. I mean, when Kanto had its villain arc, we did not receive a single Master Fair. We got red, the classic red with Snorlax. We got classic blue. We got SYGNA suit Erika, SYGNA suit Misty. I think those are the only ones we got in the Kanto arc. No, 2 Pokefairs, 2 Spotlight Scouts. And then, you know, the other arcs, I think, had their Master Fairs. But for Kanto, there are no Master Fairs. So I could not really tell you that there's gonna be a Master Fair next month or something like that. But just be cautious. Because next month, you know, they said fair exclusive units are gonna have 5 out of 5 grids. And Poke Fairs are fair units, Master Fairs are fair units. So, just in case, you know, right now they're not locking important tiles at 5 out of 5. But maybe next time, who knows, right? Leon might have a rerun. So we might, as you know, Leon has Charizard that can Dynamax. What if they lock Dynamaxing to 5 out of 5? You will only unlock the Dynamax feature once you have 5 copies of Leon. Who knows, right? Maybe that could happen, maybe not, but just keep that in mind. Maybe in the future they will lock 5 out of 5 to some things, some important things. But we're not talking about them right now. Let's just go back to the topic. We're talking about Victor, and if you want to hear more about my ramblings about all these Sync Fairs, check out my October Sync Fairs Who to Scout for video. Link will be in the description. Plus, I have individual analysis for GORDIE and MELONY right now. Victor is this one, and then a couple of days after, I'm trying to go for the 2 other. Honestly, life has been tough. Schedule has been really hectic. I'm trying to do my best to sneak this to my schedule, and later I'll be having not enough sleep again, but that's okay for you guys. I didn't have enough time to do SYGNA suit WALLY, but I have showcase videos of each one of them, so you can check that out as well. But now let's talk about Victor. And if you see this background, G-Max drum animation. Poor Lucario. In my Scout or Skip video, or Who to Scout for video for October, a lot of you mentioned that I said the only good thing about Victor was his sync move. Or max move. No, that's not exactly it, but he has a very, very nice max move / sync move animation. So if you see this background image of Galar, the map of Galar or something, Victory is ours. Well, congratulations, you got a copy of Victor and Rillaboom. And he is a Pokefair, a striker, again, a physical striker with 2 strong moves. Drum beating requiring 4 move gauges, high horsepower requiring 3 move gauges. You have Dire Hit Plus, the usual, as well as 1 MP for attack rhythm, which maximizes your attack stat, and then gives you a free move next, and gives you an physical moves up next rank. And again, what this does is that it increases your next attack, physical attack, drum beating, or high horsepower by 40%. So stronger damage 40%. Meanwhile, he is a striker. If you 6-star EX him, his sync move will be able to hit all opponents across the field. As a striker, he does not exactly have multipliers for his sync move, but he has a multiplier there somewhere in the sync grid, which we will discuss later. The good thing about him, a lot of people have been discussing this, and he has the passive skill called Piercing Blows. So let me just jump here. Piercing Blows is a very good passive skill, especially for Legendary Gauntlet or Legendary Arena. You know, a lot of irritating opponents have passive skills that reduce the damage you're able to inflict on them unless they are either inflicted by a status condition, or sometimes first bar of HP or first half of HP is weak to physical, second half is weak to special, or vice versa, or something like that. This one, Piercing Blows, just ignores those passive skills and makes you land full damage, and that's why Piercing Blows is quite good. Chase Down 3 is the next passive skill. This is a multiplier for his drum beating and high horsepower. This basically increases the damage you hit the opponent if their speed is lowered. Now, how do you lower the opponent's speed? By using drum beating. Drum beating, every single time you use it, you lower the opponent's speed stat -1. And then Target's Max is a very interesting one. This is a new one, in the sense that if you use a max move, and that's either G-Max Drum Solo or Max Quake, the max move hits every single opponent instead of just hitting one opponent. So this is actually works like a 6-star EX striker sync move, the sense that it hits everyone. And G-Max Drum Solo, what this does is that it ignores passive skills. It's like Piercing Blows. And then Max Quake raises everyone's special defense after you use Max Quake by 2 stat ranks. So G-Max Drum Solo is a grass type max move that hits everyone. And Max Quake is a ground type max move that hits everyone, plus gives you a special defense buff. So overall, Victor, you know, you can actually use him like this. So you can, you know, if the opponent is almost... You want to finish the stage. You have like 1 or 0 sync move countdown. If you want, you can land 2 devastating blows against everyone. Use a sync move, then use a max move. It will hit everyone twice in a row, kind of. So yeah, that's an easy finish. But you know, we are going to discuss a lot more afterwards. So stay hanging there. And I have my reservations about this guy, but at the same time, there are some good things to talk about with this guy as well. Now, let's move on to his Synchron. As you might know, as I said earlier, we have him needed to be unlocked until 5 out of 5. But what do we exactly get with 1, 2, and 3 copies? 1 copy, no interesting stuff, so I did not put anything there. 2 out of 5, you get Attack Rhythm, Critical Eye 1, which can raise your critical hit rate by 1 when you use Attack Rhythm. No need for this because you have Dire Hit Plus, unless you want to use Dire Hit Plus only once, then use Attack Rhythm. That just maximizes your critical hit rate. Otherwise, if you're willing to waste 1 turn, I mean, it's not really wasting 1 turn, but you can use Dire Hit Plus twice, then Attack Rhythm once, and you technically get the exact same effect. You got Attack Rhythm MP Refresh 2, and what this does is that it has a 30% chance of restoring your MP. What does Attack Rhythm do again? It gives you a free move next, and it increases your physical moves up next stat. 40% increase in damage, as well as gives you a free move next. As a sync pair with a 4-move gauge attack and a 3-move gauge attack, you might find this helpful if you get this. Natural Remedy, when you get hit by a status condition for the first time, you recover yourself. Quick Cure, when you get trapped, flinched, or confused for the very first time, you cure yourself as well. Rejuvenate 6, once you use a sync move, every single time you use a sync move, your move gauge fills up to the max afterward. Super Desperate, if you run very low on HP, you get a super effective up next effect given to you. It only happens just once. Super Duper Effective 1 powers up grass type move if the opponent is weak to grass type, and powers your ground type move if the opponent is weak to ground type by around 10%. Not exactly a lot, but you know, multipliers are good. Trip Up 2, every single time you attack an opponent, either drum beating or high horsepower, you have a 30% chance of lowering the opponent's speed stat -1. 30%. Turbo Turf 2, if there's a grassy terrain, again, SYGNA Suit Lyra can do this, or the other one who can do this is actually Tapu Bulu. There are no other sync pairs that can bring in grassy terrain as of the moment, as of my knowledge. So, if the field is grassy terrain, oh, opponents can bring in grassy terrain but not your own sync pairs. Yeah, there are a couple of Champion Stadium opponents which can bring in grassy terrain. Verdant Recovery is basically if the field is grassy terrain and every single time you attack, you get to recover a little bit of HP as well. 3 out of 5, you get Cakewalk, which the lower the opponent's speed stat, the stronger your sync move is. Nice. Number 2, Hunter's Instinct. If the opponent's speed stat is lowered, your normal attacks get powered up. Basically, the attack move version of Cakewalk. Max Countdown 1, when you use a max move for the very first time, rather, you can only use a max move once. So, once you use a max move, you get to lower your sync move countdown -1. Okay, not too bad. Mighty Rush 9, after you use your sync move every single time, you get to give yourself a physical moves up next, and what this does again is a 40% increase in damage with either drum beating or high horsepower. 2 for 2, when you attack an opponent either using high horsepower or drum beating, you have a 30% chance of giving yourself free move next. 30%? I guess not that bad. Max Quake power-up, G-Max Drum Solo power-up, and 2 Sync Nuke power-ups over there, 3 out of 5. So not exactly too bad with 2 out of 5 and 3 out of 5. But what else do we get at higher move levels? Let's talk about them right now. Starting with 4 out of 5, you got Max Slip Up 2. And once you use your max move, either, you know, using the G-Max Drum Solo or G-Max or Max, what is that? Max Quake, you get to lower everyone's speed stat -2. This will be helpful with Cakewalk, because Cakewalk, again, the lower the opponent's speed stat, the stronger the damage. So this just helps you lower the opponent's speed stat a lot faster. And then Overwhelm 9. Every single time you attack an opponent, you get to lower their attack stat -1. So he becomes like a tech sync pair here. Not only are you attacking an opponent as a striker, but every single time you attack an opponent, you have a chance, or rather not really a chance, you can lower the opponent's speed stat by using drum beating. You have a little chance of lowering the opponent's speed stat another time with Trip Up 2 at 2 out of 5. And now, with 4 out of 5, you can get to lower their attack stat every single time you attack an opponent. You lower the opponent's speed stat and attack stat. What about 5 out of 5? High horsepower, buy 1, get 1 9. So every single time you use high horsepower, you get free move next. Earlier, at 3 out of 5, you got 2 for 2, 30% chance only. But this applies to both drum beating and high horsepower. This one only applies to high horsepower, but every single time you use high horsepower, you get a free move next. So you can either use this like high horsepower, free move, then high horsepower again, then free move, then high horsepower, or you can use high horsepower, then drum beating, then high horsepower, drum beating, high horsepower, drum beating, because drum beating eats up 4 move gauges, high horsepower eats up 3 move gauges only. And then the other one, the last one, is max damage guard. When you use a max move, you get a damage guard next effect. So what this does is that you get to not receive any damage from the opponent's normal attacks, as well as receive half damage from the opponent's sync move. So this is technically a max guard, but you're attacking max move to get yourself the max guard. I guess this is good. Not too crazy about this. I think the good things about 4 out of 5 is Overwhelm 9, and 5 out of 5 is the buy 1 get 1 9 for high horsepower. But this compared to at least Raihan. Raihan has multipliers at 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5. Weathered Warrior 3, if I'm not mistaken, as well as Cakewalk, I think, at 5 out of 5. Sadly, I don't have him at 5 out of 5 yet. Meanwhile, we got SYGNA Suit WALLY. I think it's Discombobulate 9 at 4 out of 5. Every single time you attack an opponent, you get to lower their accuracy stat. And 5 out of 5, you get the extension, Fairy Zone extension. So those are good. This one, not that good compared to SYGNA Suit WALLY, especially not that good against Raihan. So do you need 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5? No, unless you're a completionist. So let's get that out of the way. And now, you know, it's impossible to get everything in his sync grid. And let me show you how impossible it is, even at 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5. Talking about 1 out of 5, it is possible to get everything at 1 out of 5, no problem. 2 out of 5, you get a little bit less. So for me, I like to get multipliers. So we got super duper effective 1. I got trainer move MP refresh and trainer move critical eye 1. Honestly, I can remove critical eye 1 if I want to. We got trip up 2 to lower the opponent's speed stat. You can swap any one. I did not get super desperate because I honestly do not want my HP to go down. So that is like a bad multiplier for me. And yeah, I got MP refresh for his trainer move so that I will get free move next and physical moves up next, which is not too bad. You can get Turbo Turf 2 or Verdant Recovery 1 if you have him paired up with SYGNA Suit Lyra. Your choice, guys. Again, there's no right or wrong. It's only up to you. 3 out of 5. We have a high horsepower build over here. I got critical eye 1 again, which is completely optional. We can swap that with anything else. This is a high horsepower grid. We got a move gauge refresh for high horsepower. And I think I got a drum beating, or rather, I got a sync. Wait. No, sorry. That's 2 out of 5, guys. So, one is the drum beating build. And the other one is a high horsepower build for 2 out of 5. Now 3 out of 5, I'm getting the multipliers. We got Cakewalk, the Sting Move multiplier. We got Super Duper Effective 1, we got Hunter's Instinct. Again, I did not get super desperate because I'm not desperate to get super desperate sus. And 2 Sing Nuke Tiles, and that's it. There are other ways to do this, but I prefer it this way. 4 out of 5. You know, if you're going 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5, I will not understand if you do not get those tiles in his grid. So we get those tiles. We get Overwhelm 9. Every single time we attack an opponent, we get to lower their attack stat. Trip up 2. Sing Move Power plus 25, we got Cakewalk. We did not get Max Sleep up 2 because honestly, I prefer Cakewalk than Max Sleep up 2. And honestly, the grid is super expensive. And you will know how expensive it is because at 5 out of 5, technically you can only get this. Which is insane. Like, just look at how little tiles we got. We got Trip up 2 over at the bottom. We got Sting Move Power plus 25. We got Overwhelm 9. We got High Horsepower buy 1 get 1 9. We got Mighty Rush and we got Cakewalk. That's it. There's not enough tiles, not enough energy to get anything else. Which is a joke. I mean, if DNA wants to give us bonus strong tiles like this, they should add energy for us to be able to get tiles like this. There's no benefit right now getting these tiles because there is just not enough energy. So, you know, I got another one, you know, to benefit from buy 1 get 1 9 and Overwhelm 9 over here. So, for me, I guess if you want the high horsepower buy 1 get 1 9, we might as well power up high horsepower. So this is how I did this, I think. Wait, is that it? Wait. Nope, never mind. This one, by the way, is getting all the tiles. We're trying to get all the tiles, all the 5 out of 5 tiles. So, we got a high horsepower buy 1 get 1 9 as well as max sleep up 2 for the 4 out of 5 thing. But as you can see over here, we do not have enough energy to get max damage guard. I guess we can remove Overwhelm 9 and just get max damage guard. That's actually possible. But I think Overwhelm 9 is a very good thing. And I do not want to remove Overwhelm 9 right now. Probably we can remove Max Slip up 2 and just go for Overwhelm 9 instead. That is also possible. I guess that's a better option, a way to do this. That's a 5 out of 5 grid. Earlier, I think I talked about powering up high horsepower. This is it, guys. So we got buy one, get one 9 for high horsepower. We're powering up the high horsepower tiles since we're going to probably use that often. We got Cakewalk. We got high horsepower, power plus 3, sync move. And again, you can lower the opponent's speed stat by going for either drum beating, or we have trip up 2 over here, 30% chance of lowering the opponent's speed. So I guess by using high horsepower unlimited number of times, we will probably lower the opponent's speed stat eventually. So we'll be able to trigger Cakewalk one way or another. But again, those are very expensive tiles. See how little tiles, how few tiles we've activated at 5 out of 5. It's like, DNA, if you're going to do this, do something about it. Plus, did you know, guys, that DNA is gonna increase the prices of the gem bundles starting the fall event, the Halloween event? It's in the Japanese Twitter page. It's kind of disappointing news. I don't know what they're doing. Hiya! I don't know what they're doing. If it goes on like this, guys, I did say I'm gonna make a video on why I think the game is about to end. Not about to end, but eventually gonna end. A lot of you guys have been thinking, no, it's impossible. No, it's actually very possible. Just wait and see. If they're gonna continue this route, more and more people are gonna get frustrated, especially the paying players. And if the prices of the gems are gonna get even more expensive, wait till you see people slowly leave the game. And you know, it's not the free-to-play players that fund the game. It's the pay-to-win players, or the pay-to-play players. Wait till they go away one by one. A couple of you guys have already left, I know. I am honestly not really tempted, but there are, you know, feelings of things, betrayal or something like that. I've been feeling those vibes from DNA as well. So wait till more and more people leave the game until there's no funds. Only the crazy 5 out of 5 whalers stay in the game. And let's see how long the game survives. But that out of the way, guys, let's go back to our slideshow over here. And again, it's impossible to get all those tiles, so let's move on, guys. Okay, so again, with the timeline, it's coming out on Friday, October 7, ends on October 23, same time as these two, but he is a limited unit, and as a limited unit, he's gonna go away after his banner ends. And now we compare each one, which again in this slide, in this chart, Victor has the lowest. Well, not the lowest, but he's the only 2 plus GORDIE using the attack stat. He's the lower one. Lowest defenses out of the bunch because he's the striker, and the others are either tech or support. And other than that, not exactly that impressive stats across the board there. But in terms of multipliers, he has the most attack move multipliers out of everyone. Chase down 3, the lower the opponent's speed stat, the stronger, or rather, once you lower the opponent's speed stat, you get 30% stronger damage already. Hunter's Instinct, the lower the opponent's speed stat, stronger damage. Physical moves up next from using his trainer move. Another physical moves up next. Once you use your sync move, every single time you use a sync move, you get a physical moves up next at 3 out of 5. If you got that tile, you got a super duper effective 1 at 2 out of 5. And a super desperate tile. When you get low on HP, you get a super effective up next at 2 out of 5. 3 out of 5, you get Cakewalk, the lower the opponent's speed stat, the stronger the damage. And super effective up next again through super desperate at 2 out of 5. And now we compare him with grass types. He is a striker. And right now there are 3 grass type strikers in the game. And those are Brendan, Celine, and Cosplay Sonia. I decided to add another one. It's not a striker, but it's someone that I use a lot, and I know a lot of you guys have this sync pair as well. And that sync pair is SYGNA Lyra. Yes, I like to use her with flinching. Deal with it. So in terms of the stats, SYGNA Lyra has the highest stats across the board. 190 defense, 420 special attack, 190 special defense. Victor has the lowest special defense. Plus, pretty average other stats. Cosplay Sonya has the highest HP. Brendan has the highest attack stat. Lowest special attack, but he's the only one together with SYGNA Lyra using the special attack stat. And so on and so forth, guys. So, you know, stats aren't everything. And now we talk about the multipliers. Victor has, again, those multipliers. A lot of multipliers, honestly. We got doubles physical moves up next, so you can disregard the other one. Cosplay Sonya. Blue ones, by the way, are built in. You only need one copy. You immediately get them. And the other ones, the black ones, are, you know, locked with the sync grid. So you have to get them yourself. So Brendan with those tiles, Cosplay Sonya with those tiles, you know. Texting pair strikers. And how do the numbers compare, guys? Well, you might be surprised, but Victor has the lowest sync nuke out of everyone here. Considering, guys, considering a lot of factors, again, this is using STDK 12's Poma tools with all sync grid tiles active. So Victor, yeah, surprisingly, the lowest. With super effective up next already, as well as Cakewalk, plus plus whatchamacallit, plus grassy terrain. Meanwhile, Brendan just with inertia reaches this number. I guess it's because of the stats, because of the sync nuke, you know, sync move power, base power. I did not exactly check Victor's base power, but Brendan actually does much better than Victor, even with just inertia. Cosplay Sonya with all the multipliers active. 12,791,000. Celine, stronger than Victor with Catastrophe 2, Inertia, and Restraining Sync up 5. And of course, SYGNA Lyra having nice numbers because she's a tech sync pair. But in terms of normal attacks, well, Victor has the second highest max damage. If you want to call it DPS, then go for it. And just ignore the slash after Celine's thing. Celine is the lowest one out of the bunch. Cosplay Sonya the highest. And SYGNA Lyra the third. But if we order this by the attack damage, this is actually what it looks like. The strongest grass types out there. Cosplay Rosa recently ended with 5,533,110. Again, this is assuming a lot of factors that you can check out in the link in the description. Jack has stopped updating it, and I'm just updating it, but it's kind of messy. If you want to check it out, go for it. Cosplay Sonya the second one, SYGNA Leaf third with all the multipliers, SYGNA Erika fourth, and Victor landing in the fifth slot. Overall, you know, sometimes I like to just put the sync pair there just to showcase, but actually Victor is the fifth one. Top 5 strongest attack for grass types. In terms of nuking, well, this is what it looks like. Now, Victor is not in the list. In fact, Victor is very low in the list in terms of sync nuking. Cosplay Rosa, still the first one, followed by SYGNA Lyra, followed by Malo, followed by SYGNA Erika, followed by Dawn, a support sync pair. Interesting. Now, you know, she also has high horsepower. And high horsepower is a ground type move. And before I move on to high horsepower again, guys, don't forget that he has a max move. 2 max moves. I'm not gonna talk about, or I don't have the numbers listed right now. But just for your info, the max move hits everyone. So technically you can use a sync move followed by a max move immediately. So you get to deal double damage. And just for your info as well, sync move and max move damage or nuke damage is almost the same. 8 million something as well in our computation. So just take note of that. You can use max move and sync move or the other way around as well. And not only do you hit all opponents, but you know, you can either go for ground type or grass type. And he has piercing blows. I'm not sure if piercing blows applies for the max move, but then you have G-Max Drum Solo, which basically ignores passive skills. That's a built-in piercing gaze. I'm not sure about Max Quake, but just in case it doesn't, well, at least get to raise everyone's special defense +2. Now we compare him with the ground types. And this is what the DPS or the max damage of everyone. Strongest attack max damage for ground types. One is SYGNA Suit Serena, followed by SYGNA Suit Giovanni, followed by Cynthia, followed by Maxi. There's actually another one before Victor, which... who was it again? Anyway, just take note that Victor is the 6th one in terms of the strongest ground type physical attacker. His sync move is a grass type, so we did not put that here. Okay, ground type, the 5th one is actually Mei. Mei, the water type Mei. Interestingly, Earth Power, I think, with all the multipliers active, Mei is the 5th strongest ground type. And if you're wondering where the heck is Courtney, well, Courtney has one of the strongest ground type nuke damage out there, but in terms of normal attack, not quite there. But just for your info as well, every numbers computed here are including ground zone. So ground zone is active here. Just take that in mind. So that said, that's it for the comparisons and everything. Are you gonna scout for Victor? I'm kind of really shocked that his nuke is not as strong as I thought. I was like, recently the sync pairs that been coming out with, crazy strong. I mean, Cosplay Rosa is crazy strong. See, like strongest attack moves, strongest sync moves, and then you come up with Victor, who is much weaker than Cosplay Rosa. But then again, you get to hit everyone, not just with the max move, but the sync move. And then you get piercing blows and so on and so forth. What's to like about Victor? Victor, 1. I cosplayed Victor before. I like cosplaying Victor. What I don't like about my cosplay is that my mom lost my outfit. And now I could not find my Victor cosplay anywhere. My friend had my first, I upgraded my outfit. I gave my friend my original outfit, which fits pretty huge. I'm probably gonna borrow it from him and wear it when I scout, or maybe not, but I miss my upgraded Victor outfit. I'm not it's probably completely lost already. I've been trying to find it for like 2 years and it's gone. So what's to like about Victor? Piercing blows, grass type piercing blows. What's to like about Victor? Last, finally come out with the final main character. What's to like about him? Very cute sync move animation. I guess if you're a fan of Rillaboom, then that's good. AOE max move damage. Grass. I'm not sure if you like grass types. I mean, we had so many grass types. There's no need for additional grass types. Pokefair, limited unit, higher chance of scouting for a random 5-star sync pair, although probably you want the featured unit rather than a random 5-star sync pair at this rate. And what's to like about Victor? What else? I don't know. Let me know in the let me know in the comment section what you like about Victor, and are you scouting for him or not? Why you will not scout for Victor? Well, We have so many grass types. We have the villain event coming next month. You have been shafted with, you know, Pikachu, and Ash is still in the banners. And you know, if you're trying to still scout for him, well, you might not have gems for Victor anymore. Why you do not want to scout for Victor is because you are revolting against DNA for 5 out of 5 grids. You do not want 5 out of 5 grids. So you prefer not to scout on any of the 5 out of 5 characters. What else? There are a lot of reasons why you will not scout. You want to save up for the holiday units, the New Year units, the Valentine's units, the 3.5 anniversary units. You want villain arc master fairs. You want so on and so forth. You know, just countless reasons. Just let me know your reason. But all in all, I like to end with this famous quote from everyone. Choose your faves. Don't scout for the meta. Choose your faves. I'm not sure. This Victor is totally not meta, honestly. He's not meta. So, if you're a fan of Victor, then go for it. If you're a fan of Galar, go for it. But that's that. And if you are curious how many gems you can still get, check out my How Many Gems Can We Get for the month of October 2022 video. Also, yesterday, by your request, I made an update for this one. How many gems can we still get before Ash goes away video? If you're curious, if you're still trying to scout for Ash, do check out this video as well, as it might give you an idea how to budget your gems before Ash goes away, and hopefully you get luck scouting for Ash. But with that said, that is the end of this scout and skip video for Victor and Rillaboom. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. And once again, I would appreciate all the love you can give this video, because this took a lot of time to make. And now I'm lacking sleep as usual. I'm honestly tired of this endless cycle of trying to find time to make these videos, sleeping late, waking up with only 1 hour of sleep or 2 hours of sleep, doing my yoga practice, ending home with muscle aches, with injuries, teaching class, coming home really late, trying to find time streaming, doing videos, not enough time to sleep, causing my muscles not to recover the next day. My body hurts even more, and the process just cycles over and over again. And now I'm full of injuries. My back hurts, my leg hurts, my hip hurts, my arm hurts. It's tiring, guys. So yeah, just a little rant for you guys if you're wondering why I'm not streaming, why the videos are coming out late. I am tired. Not of the game, but of this endless, tiring cycle of life that makes me really, really question and hope that there are more than 24 hours a day. In fact, I need 30 hours a day, not just 25 hours, not just 26 hours. I need at least 30 hours a day, because this is an exhausting life. But with that said, thank you to all the support that some people have given me, especially these guys, Shadowfill, Jeremy. Thank you for the support. You know, things like this keep me encouraged and going, even though it's tiring. And thank you to my awesome members who have been showering love every single month. Some of you have been very active, some of you less active, but thank you. Just seeing your names every single month, you know, means a lot to me. Seeing your support, seeing the super chats come in, seeing the super thanks, or just seeing you guys here is really very much appreciated. It's tiring, but someone's gotta do it, right? But with that said, thank you, Shadowphil. Thank you, Marokman. Thank you, Aryan Singh. Thank you, Tacman. Thank you, our Agent 10 Splatoon. Thank you, Alcin. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Luca. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Sasori Embrian. Thank you, Marcella. Thank you, Lance Nice. Thank you, Iwis. Thank you, Tatsuya Gold. Thank you, Absaris Gaming. Thank you, TechMech, for the support. And with that, I'm gonna edit this video quickly. And I'm going to go to bed. I'm gonna wake up. It's 3 o'clock a.m. I'm gonna wake up at 5:30. So I'm probably gonna sleep before 3:30. Around 3:30. Go to bed. Hopefully have more than 1 hour of sleep. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.